No, thank you. So we'll crack straight into it. This is who I am. Now, obviously, I've been a developer at Superdrive for over 8 years, so we've had quite a few coding nightmares. But today we're going to talk about a developer who's called Dev. Now, picture the scene. It's a Friday afternoon, and we've been developing all week. So we've written our code, it's passed the user acceptance test, and it's, our bosses are praising us. So we're feeling quite good about ourselves. So we're going to deploy the code to live. Excellent. So Dev decides to head home for the weekend, knowing that his code is live, and he's feeling quite good about himself. So the first issue is that Dev's feeling quite complacent about it. But unfortunately, Dev has used some code that a previous developer, a senior developer, who we'll call Steve, has written. Now, it's okay because Steve, as a senior developer, he would have tested his code, he would have had it QA'd, he would have had it peer-reviewed. But these were dark times, and corners were cut, deadlines had to be met, and like with a lot of businesses, nobody knew what the hell was going on. Does this sound familiar to you? So anyway, we're at the weekend. We'll fast forward to Sunday morning. So it's a lovely weekend, and Dev wakes up to find that the sun is shining and his girlfriend is making breakfast. Today is a good day. However, it's at that particular moment, and I'm sure many of you have had this, where we get a phone call from our boss. So Dev answers the phone. Hello. And it's his boss saying, Dev, the website has fallen over, it's crashed, we don't know what's going on. We've got the server guys looking into it. Can you join a conference call in 5 minutes? Shit. So Dev shouts out to his girlfriend, works on the phone, the website has crashed. I need a lot of coffee. This is me in the morning. So, not a problem. So Dev jumps onto the conference call, listens for a while, makes a few comments, listens some more. Now, after several hours, a lot of coffee, and not enough toilet breaks, the server guys have dived in and found the issue. So they've been running some slow query logs against the database, and they found this particular query, which is running. Now, for those who are having issues, do come closer to have a look. It's a triple nested query, which if anyone who has and does dabble with SQL, don't triple nest your queries. Anyway, Dev takes a look at it and thinks, shit, this is a query that Steve has written. We know Steve's written it. It says so at the top. So, okay, Dev takes a quick look and says, right, fine, we can fix this. We'll have to rewrite the query. So he cries a little bit, has a bit of a panic. Obviously, headbutts the keyboard a few times. And decides to rewrite it. So he throws in a few joins, and he makes it look like this. Now, we won't have time today to go through all the bits and pieces for it, but it works. So he quickly tests it, and because the website's already fallen over, he decides, okay, let's get this pushed out to production. What's the worst that can happen? The website's already down. So fine. He gets it pushed out. The website is running. So the server guys start monitoring it. The server guys start monitoring it. The bosses are sat there patiently waiting. It's all working. Everyone's happy. And as I've already flicked to the next slide, there is much rejoicing. So Dev decides, okay, this is nice, this is fine. I can now sit down for the evening and enjoy the rest of what is Sunday. We'll flash forward now to Monday morning. Dev turns up to work, very, very tired, and a slight pain in his neck, probably from the fact that he had to sleep on the sofa because he ruined Sunday. So his boss is already there and says, this feature that has caused the issue is actually no longer required on the website. The client has rung and said, yeah, we don't actually need this, so we can completely remove it. So all that hassle of rewriting some code, it wasn't needed. So Dev has decided he's going to just go insane and had enough. But no, in reality, Dev carries on. So what has Dev actually learned from this? A couple of things. Keep your code nice and simple. That nested query, it took a long, long time to try and figure it out and what the hell it was doing. Obviously, remove it. Something that I've learnt actually from one of the members here tonight is remove or comment out unwanted code. If it's not needed, get rid of it. Now, I said at the very beginning, we assumed that a peer review was done. Really, really good things to do, you know, because we're all human. We all make a little bit of a mistake. And obviously, a good one, don't deploy on a Friday. Because, and this is where the obvious bit comes in, deploying on a Friday, Sod's Law says your weekend's going to be ruined. But if you do deploy on a Friday, follow this next bit of advice. Turn your phone off. Honestly. So cool. That's my very short talk. Thank you ever so much. I put it together very quickly. If anyone is interested in the code, please take screenshots. We will get this up online as well for you all to download and have a look at as well. Thank you.